What is going to happen tonight?
Well, good morning and welcome to live coverage of the opening game of the ICC Women's Qualifier Europe 2019 from a slightly actually overcast La Manga. Not what we would have expected when we arrived yesterday in the baking hot sun here in Spain, but a gorgeous setting for a game of cricket. I'm Ian Leggett and I'm joined once again alongside former Irish international women's cricketer Ciara Metcalfe. How are you doing today? What a pleasure it is to be sat alongside you once again.
Was that said with slight sarcasm?
I hope so.
Good.
That's always the aim with you, Ciara.
How much sunblock do you have on today?
I have, and you watched my procedure. I've got the Factor 50 out, and I absolutely, I don't know if it's lathered a word. I went all over. It's hot, and it's going to get hot. There's a heat wave through Europe.
It is. But it's very overcast at the moment. We went out and we had a chat to the groundsman, and it's very, very green wicket. He just said that he'd prepared wickets for male and female teams previous in the last few weeks, and 140 was par on this wicket. He said it was very grassy and it probably wouldn't do much. It would be up and down, so it'd be interesting to see how both teams get on here today. So today's game, I suppose, up front is Scotland versus Germany. Scotland have won the toss and they're fielding.
Well, a very exciting game in prospect today. A lot at stake for both these teams in case of this competition. This is a women's qualifier to get to a global qualifier and also acting as a qualification tournament to get themselves to the 50 over qualifier as well, which hasn't got a date yet. But this is also a very exciting opportunity for Germany. They are playing their first T20 international, Ciara.
Yeah, you can see there's a little bit of nerves around the ground. They've had a big practice this morning. They got down here really early. Lots of German and Scottish flags around the ground. Who are you up for today? Well, are you Scottish or English today, shall I say?
Let's
not
not.
Who are you up for?
I am not biased today. I'm a representative of the ICC and I am working on a contract. But if we are to talk, obviously, about the sides themselves, plenty of talent on display. The Scotland side is certainly one up, and they're on the rise. They've been on the rise for certainly. To pick out a few players to watch today, the Bryce sisters, Catherine Bryce, the captain, 21-year-old, all-rounder, right-handed batsman, and right-arm seam bowler, an absolute talent, and also Sarah Bryce, the wicket-keeper batsman, 19 years old, and is fantastic to watch with the bat.
Yeah, Scotland have been around a good few years as well, and although it's quite a young team, they do have a little bit of experience there, and I'm interested to see how they put their game together. There's a lot of flies around, Ian.
Yeah, we're going to be honest with you. There is a lot of flies, so if you're tuning in today and you hear the occasional clap of the hands or us fidgeting away from the microphone, that is purely because we're being attacked by flies in our commentary position. So, but it is a wonderful setting. We've got the sunny G's on, and we can't wait to get underway here for the first game of cricket in Spain. We had a fantastic tournament down in Guernsey. What a tremendous game, a tremendous series of games that was, all live streamed on the ICC, the regional finals as well. So it's a fantastic initiative set up by ICC and ICC Europe and that team there. And they've obviously decided to do the same here, as we're also being attacked by wind. It's very windy here today. It all seems to be culminating. I came down here to see the ground for the first time yesterday, and those who have been to La Manga, those who are watching, will understand what a gorgeous setting it is. Normally gorgeous blue skies and not that windy, and it was very calm. It was a very toasty 27 degrees as well, so the sunblock was on. But now we have got very overcast clouds. It's almost the kind of clouds where you see the blue just peeking through, but it's mostly white above our heads. But the temperature is very humid, very hot, but there is also a lot of wind around. So I wonder how that's going to shape into the game, Ciara.
Yeah, I can see both teams now are just in their huddle, just getting ready. Germany, obviously its debut, it's going to be a big day for them. They're going to want to take as much as they can out of this game and tournament, and also just challenge all these teams and see what they can get out of it. Very young side, but again, they have to start somewhere, and I'm really excited to see these guys play. Scotland as well, just preparing over their final conversations. The ground looks well. There's a crowd coming in, a lot of Scottish fans over. I think this is going to be a great game.
Absolutely, and like you said, it's a nervy start for both sides. Scotland will be going into this game the favourites. Much more experienced cricketers among them, and a wealth of experience. A couple of players with 100 caps beneath them as well for Scotland. Just to go through the lineups: Catherine Bryce, Sarah Bryce, Becky Glenn, Rachel Scholes, Lorna Jack, Priyana Chatterjee, Katie McGill, Hannah Rainey, Sam Hagger will be playing 12th man today. We got Muscood and Megan McCall as well in the lineup. Just run through Germany's as well. Captain today by Christina Goff, Emma Wagner, Emma Healy, Stephanie Fronmeyer. But the wicket keeper today is Vijay Ranganathan, Farina Stole, Paris Wedenpole, Hannah Barish, Melina Beresford, Janet Reynolds and Suzanne McAnima Breton. So a great game in prospect. We're just seeing the umpires walk out. Well, we were just chatting yesterday, Kira, about the excitement of what will be this T20 World Cup, this Women's World Cup in Australia in 2020, and we were hearing about the world record attempt that they are going to be trying to do on the final, which is March 8th, which also coincides with International Women's Day. And the final will be at the MCG, and they are attempting to set a new attendance record for women's sport. The current record is 90,185. That was at the FIFA World Cup in 1999, a game between USA and China. But they're going to try and beat that and possibly fill the MCG, which is a 100,000 seater stadium. You're based in Australia right now. You understand the magnitude and the care for sport out there. I mean, it could be possible, right?
Oh, absolutely. And they're really building towards this. There's lots of promotional gigs going on at the moment, and it's all happening just as we speak. There's a Scottish the Scottish fans are welcoming the girls onto the pitch, singing their national anthem in many different tunes.
Well, we do have a really good, strong contingent of Scottish fans here. So we just see Scottish fielders. So Scotland won the toss, and Captain Catherine Bryce has gone for the fielding option first and to put the German side into bat. So Germany in their first T20 international have an opportunity here to post a nice total and see what they can do up against this Scotland contingent. But we're going to just see who's going to be opening the bowling here for Scotland. And it looks like it's going to be Catherine Bryce. Now, we do not have names for the ends here. If any of you were following the action from Guernsey, we were...
Ian, I think we have to stick with what we had. We had this end and that end.
Well, that is not only scientific and accurate, but it's our way. It's our way, Kira. As we're just seeing the opening batsman come out here for Germany. Tremendously exciting opportunity this is for both sides here. As Janet Reynolds will be facing the first ball for Germany. And it's going to be the far end of our commentary position that Catherine Bryce will be bowling from right arm seam. Wow, straight into the hands of her sister Sarah Bryce there. Nice opening ball there from Catherine Bryce. Now, how will Scotland approach this? Will they be wanting to go out the guns all guns blazing and try and get a wicket straight away?
I think so, absolutely. And wicketkeeper standing up already.
Tries again. It's just the same there. Really nice medium pace off the ball straight away from Catherine Bryce here. Not much movement on the ball. And this is much to the delight of all the side here. There's plenty of noise already from the Scotland girls all around the boundary.
Yeah, Scotland have started with a cow corner and a deep square out.
Just played nicely there. Now there was an opportunity for a run there by Janet Reynolds. Now this is a nervy start already. You can expect this in your first T20 international. It's also a huge opportunity for German cricket. And what a fantastic sight. We were just, they've come in and we've been here a day or two now and we've seen the energy they've brought and the excitement they have around the competition. Strikes that one round. That's going to hit. It's Megan McCall doing the fielding duties there at deep square leg. And they're off the mark here. And that's nice. Just their first runs in T20 international cricket there for Germany. But they've had such a nice atmosphere and energy around the La Manga camp.
They're pretty loud around the accommodation.
This is Fron Mayer now, facing Bryce. Well, there's a big appeal there off the pad, no hesitation for the umpire. It's almost one of them half-hearted appeals you do see in cricket, but plenty of applause. Lorna Jack there standing at mid-on, just giving a bit of encouragement there to the captain of the Scotland side. Fuller delivering, just push forward there. Stephanie from there, and that's a nice opening over. 1-0. Catherine Bryce just going for the one run there, and that's an encouraging start there from the Scotland side.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can see it just getting a little bit of lift, the keeper standing up, and then just the batter then just kind of getting a little bit confused of the length. They'll just have to start picking that a little bit earlier.
Well, it is very windy. And everything on this desk is flying around right now, but it's actually settled down just rather nicely. Now I'm just having a look around the ground. There's plenty of Scotland flags. We've seen a couple saltires, even a lion's rampant just perched up there in its bright yellow colours. A couple family members, and there's also a really nice group of German supporters that have made their way across to support their families. We're going to see the first appearance of Rachel Scholes, 27-year-old off spinner here, bowling from the near end here at La Manga. Well, that's just pushed forward. It's going to find Chatterjee just standing at mid wicket there. No run.
Just a little bit short there on that occasion, but she got away with it straight to mid wicket's hands.
Hannah Rainey very quick on that, but just Sarah Bryce beating her. There's good energy straight away. We've chatted about this last week as well. This is the intent and the energy that the fielding side have got to have. Straight off the mark here in international T20 cricket. It's a nice delivery there, but it's just going to push square. It's going to pick it picked up. D square leg and just another single onto the scoreboards. Pressure from both sides here, Kira. That's really nice bowling in this over here from Rachel Scholes, just floating that in, and the batsman can't do much about that when it's landing at her toes. Nervy start here from Germany. And almost finds the edge there into the hands of Sarah Bryce. That's really nice bowling once again. Teasing the outside edge, just Kira just swats away a fly. And again, almost finds the outside edge once again, straight into the hands of the keeper. Oh, what a lovely over that was. Rachel Scholes, well, 2-0 after 2 overs here. Fantastic start from the Scotsman.
When she stays up on her front foot just on delivery, she's more effective, and you can see just then she was getting more spin and beating the batter. But a good opening over. I'd like to see Germany just push their singles and keep that board ticking over instead of putting added pressure onto themselves. Again, as we spoke, it's easier said than done from here. But there certainly are singles around. Just with the power play, we're 2 overs in, and there's only 2 players restricted or allowed out at the moment.
Well, very good Bryce did the call there from Katie McGill on the boundary. Filling straight. Just forcing the defensive shot there. Almost just beats the edge once again. Really nice bit of turn of pace there by Catherine Bryce. Just falling down the offside there into the hands of her sister. Turning it up now. Handling your nerves at the start of a tournament, Kira. There's all that buzz and excitement you've had on the plane journey over, the weeks of anticipation. Strikes the pad. There's going to be no run there. How do you keep a hold of that as a player? And you arrive at the ground, you had your training yesterday, and managing the expectations.
Yeah, I suppose from both sides, there's completely different. They're playing for so much, for different things, should I say? It's the preparation you would have put in before the tournament, and just seeing it come together as you just warm up, or you have your team meeting and just having your game plans and just trying to hit the ground running. We've spoke about this already. If you've game plans, that you really try stick to them up front.
Just finds to the hands of Chatterjee there, and
Janet Reynolds, number 36 here, looks to be a little bit more attacking. She's just not getting on top of it at the moment, but there's definitely the intent is definitely there.
Oh, maiden over. Captain Catherine Bryce, what a fantastic start. Just going for 1 from her 2 overs. You see Rachel Scholes again from the near end. In this form of the game, 20 overs. It looks to me that Germany are just happy just to get themselves settled in here. Wow, that just beats the bat once again. And what about Germany? It's one thing playing a big tournament. It's one thing playing your first major tournament.
Yeah.
Full of delivery there, and that's just almost hesitating there. They're going to go for the run. Direct hit could be out here. Well, there's a big appeal there, but I think the batsman was safe. Von Meyer just put her bat down, and great receiving catch there. Katie McGill threw it in hard and received by Rachel Scholes. That was really well done there by the Scotsman team.
I've been kind of communicating with the German team in the background over the last year, and they've been working really, really hard towards this.
Full of delivery once again, and
just in general, in building their whole, I suppose, their regional divisions at home, which are getting stronger, and
pulled away and gonna find Lorna Jack at deep square leg. Just a single, another one onto the scorecard there, and it's now 4-0, 2 of the over. Strike off the pad. They're going to run away there, and that looks like it might be the first boundary of the day. Is it going to fall short? It does. Just escaped down a deep third man, and it's quite a slow outfield here. The grass is quite thick, and it's got a kind of buoyancy to it, actually. When you stand on it, it's almost a little bit like a trampoline. It kind of bounces on the foot a little bit, so it's not the fastest of outfields here at La Manga. Full delivery once again. Safely into the hands of Katie McGill.
That's 2 full deliveries in the over that really they need to get a little bit more out of. In T20 cricket, you've got to put them away, or at least make sure that you're getting a run off them. But I suppose that comes with experience, and that will come in time.
We'll just take a look at this Scotland side here. That's the Germany side, pardon me.
Catherine Bryce coming again from the far end. Bowling to Janet Runnels. Just slowed that ball up. Well bowled. I actually would have gone, if I was Scotland, a little bit more attacking, Ian. Try and get a wicket even earlier than maybe 2 spinners. Especially just on looking at technique of both of the batters here up early. We actually saw last week with Guernsey and Germany how much later on in the tournament the runs that they'd scored during the week had come into play, and you know, your overall approach to the tournament. So you know, Scotland, maybe that's their thought process here today, bowling up front and trying to get a win.
Well, the net run rate certainly did play a part. It was one of the most dramatic of finishes in Guernsey. Big shot there. It's going to fall short. Becky Glenn there with the fielding duties at Cow Corner. It was the first kind of seeking shot off the boundary there. Didn't get enough on it, isn't it? It's good to see straight away Germany were a bit more intent in their batting. Searching for the boundary. 7-0 right now. Fill the delivery there from Catherine Bryce. That's a nice response. Just gives it at the feet. Just forcing Fronmeyer there just to push forward. And I know what you mean. Well, net run rate is going to play a huge part in this tournament, possibly. The likes of Netherlands, if they go all square with Scotland, if that's predicted, it could be decided on run rate at the top. That's a nice delivery again, just similar to what she did before. And funny enough, it was coach Stephen Knox, who was also head coach of the Germans men national side, who was on the receiving end of the net run rate fallout in that final game against Jersey. So I'm sure he'll be keen to emphasise the message of going out hard and restricting runs, conceding little, and if you're batting first, putting on a big total.
Yeah, absolutely. And from Germany's point of view, they're finding the fielder quite a bit and just driving towards the fielder. So they'll have to have a chat in the middle and just figure out how best they go about attacking these bowlers.
Wow, it's going to be 18-year-old Megan McCall now bowling from the near end here. Really nice slower delivery there, and just floated that one in, and that's really nice bowling straight off the mark.
Batters just communicating to each other, which I like to see.
Well, this is her first ICC tournament. She's performing well for regional and age group, and also for a club. She's one of the youngest members, with Chara Scott and Catherine Fraser, also the youngsters in the senior team. With the 18-year-old here delivering a really good first over for the national side, straight off the mark. Cut away nicely. Picks up a single. Wow, that's a really nice response there, but it's wide actually, and the umpire just signals it was on the cusp there. Goes for one run. Now concedes right, just needs to find a line again. I'm just looking around here, Kira. I want to gush about a location in cricket, but this is absolutely tremendous.
It's fantastic.
Just going to fall there, and they're going to run a single here. It's really good running. Possibly, and it's a little overthrow there, and just picked up there. Like Catherine Bryce has dove the overthrow almost, but it was really good running and really good vision there from the German batsman.
There's actually a very, very strong breeze cutting through here, Ian. Just might, with some of the actions here, the ball will sit up nicely.
Lofted, fuller delivery, it's going to run away. Possibly Ruth Willis does the collecting duties before it hits the boundary.
The umpire signal a no ball.
I'm going to have a free hit. As he does the swirling hand motion there. One of my favourites. The umpires always looks like they're doing a little rodeo dance.
You have no Gino Jojo this week.
Don't remind me.
You need to give a shout out to him.
Gino Jojo, the Denmark super bowler. Megan McCall comes in again. Advances down the crease, almost a stumping. Quick hands, Sarah Rice. From very keen and ambitious here to go for the boundary. Only the two players out in the super over, and they've again just gone for a cow corner and a deep square leg.
I'm always interested to see how people approach a free hit, because sometimes they play a shot that they don't ordinarily play. And instead of maybe just pushing it and getting a single, they lose body shape when they're attacking the ball and they actually get nothing from it at all. So I think a free hit, you've also got to play to your strengths.
Do you think that's fair though? You get that kind of eager excitement, and suddenly as well, now's the opportunity to go for a boundary.
Yeah, but I think it's again, it's something you have to practice. You've got to figure out how you're going to go about it. And I think the main thing is actually getting a run off the ball. If a 4 or 6 comes, that's great. If that's, if you're an attacking player, but most people you see a lot of people attacking the ball, they lose body shape and they get nothing.
Well, 12 for nothing after 6 overs. As it looks as though we're going to get the first appearance of Abdullah Maskood. The leg spinner here is going to be bowling from the far end. The encouragement from the Scotland contingent based around the ground here. There's a lot of fans actually in. If we look over to the far side of the ground.
A lot of familiar faces. They always travel. I've seen a lot of those over the years. In the bar later on as well.
Absolutely.
I think this is a good move.
Cut away there, finds the hands. Hannah Rainey. Just playing, almost that backward point roll there. Big appeal there. I think they've found an edge and it's given. That's the first wicket of the day. Change of bowling and Maskood strikes. The umpire, no hesitation there, raising the finger, just finds the edge and flicks into the hands of Sarah Bryce. The batsman's being applauded off. Well, that's good to see from the German side here. Their first T20 international, playing a tough Scotland side, and they've got their first wicket here. 7th over, Maskood striking early.
Yeah, definitely spinners will play a big part here today against the German side, and also just if, from maybe looking at their technique and how they go about playing their shots, spinners definitely will be the correct option, and just making sure they have their field set correctly. Square leg out and cow corner. I would maybe bring in the cow corner at the moment just to be a little bit more attacking, but again, obviously they have their game plan, so they're going to try play to them.
Well, Janet Rowlands was the batter to depart there, as we just going to get the name here. The new batter at the crease.
At least the jersey numbers are a little bit bigger than last week.
Absolutely, and then praise be Scotland here, because they got big announced numbers, perfect for our commentary. sit here.
Yeah, the Denmark side last week, they had mini numbers.
Well, Anna Healy is going to be the new batter at the crease here for Germany.
Just going back to the regional divisions, just all the squad members, they all play in different teams throughout Germany. Just on speaking to Esther from ICC and just researching and trying to find some more information. So they're all at different clubs really driving cricket. This is throughout Germany. So it's some cricket and hockey leagues you come across maybe that it's a little bit more top heavy, a lot of say internationals at one club, and it's not actually the best thing for the game, but apparently they're all in different clubs throughout Germany and really, really driving, and it's on the up, which is actually fantastic to see.
That's certainly one of the things that I was having a chat with Ed Shuttleworth before the game and just chatting about the excitement you could see with the German side down here early, training ahead of the game, and they've been waiting for this opportunity for a long time to play in a major ICC tournament. Full delivery there from Muscood, just falls to the feet there, pushed away by Anna Healy. And a great over from Muscood, picks up the wicket of Janet Ronalds. Does her duty there. Good decision there by Catherine Bryce just to change things up a little bit. As they sit on 12 for 1 after 7 overs.
On 7 overs now, they can have 4 out.
I'm going to be intrigued actually if Catherine Bryce does that.
Yeah, I don't think so at the moment.
Keep the pressure on in the inner ring here. No early runs so far, and one thing Scotland will be happy about, they will feel very confident in their ability to chase down runs as Megan McCall again here from the near end at La Manga.
It's just that awkward length that just dips in front of you. It's actually very effective for T20 cricket. But just on another note, they're going to take drinks at 10, just because it's extra hot today.
It is extra hot. It's been extra hot all week.
Yeah, so they've just using their head and taking drinks.
I'll certainly be happy about a drinks break. Almost a wicket there. That one just glanced past the bat there. Really well picked up by Sarah Bryce behind the stumps. Megan McCall, I know what you mean. It is very awkward for the batsman. It does have that late dip. Flights in with that kind of slower delivery.
And the wicketkeeper standing up as well. It stops the batter, I suppose, coming down the wicket. You have to time it right. Just get the length. A little bit shorter there. Then if she's bowling good line of length and they get a shorter ball, they really have to put their hands through it and try get it through the covers.
Well, she has kept all the players in the inner ring apart from that cow corner and deep square leg. Keeping the attacking. Well, they are just going to see Chatterjee actually just move out here to almost deep cover. Just seeking that cut shot, we think. She's in an interesting position actually when you're standing, what I would consider about 5 steps forward away from the boundary. Is that just because they don't have the belief that they're going to go and hit it all the way over?
Yeah, I do think so. And also just that last ball there, they've really got to take that ball, a shorter ball, and put it away.
Push forward and straight into the hands of Megan McCall. That's nice response once again.
Again, I'm very aware that this is the German side first, their debut, and also just their first kind of experience at this level. And you have to learn as you go. You know, you're coming across this team that has played a lot more the Scots international cricket, and we all have to start somewhere. So
absolutely, I'll be very intrigued to know the kind of message and ethos as Megan McCall finishes the over there, 12 for 1. Maiden over once again for Scotland. 8 overs gone, drinks break at 10. But yeah, I was really intrigued to find out the kind of ethos and attitude going in. You know, competitive side, they do have an ambition to win, but you know, this is the first game in a kind of major ICC tournament. Is it settle yourselves in for the week ahead? Is that fair to say, or is that a bit unfair?
They've just got to grab as much experience as they can out of this, and we'd love to see some individual performances as well.
Scoot bowls again from the far end here. Talking about another awkward bowler, it's very awkward to hit, and in these windy conditions, the ball's coming in with such a lack of pace, and it's really flighted over it. It's very awkward here. Anna Healy once again faces. Advances down the crease a little bit, just off the pad, glances into the hand. Direct hook could be out here, and it's going to be a run out, and that's out, and that's another wicket there for Scotland. Sharp bit of fielding. Ruth Willis with the pick up there. Straight into the hands of Muscood, down the bowler's end, and just an easy run out. I think Anna Healy wanted the run there. I'm not sure who gave the call, but really sharp fielding from Scotland. They pick up their second wicket. And that's going to be 12 for 2 in the 9th over.
Ian, that's an experience thing there, straight up. It's just unfortunate. I think they need to have a little bit more belief. That she can hit the ball, and she just needs to play through the line and really back herself. Again, calling, just little things like that. That over the week, I'm sure they will get better at.
Well, good to see once again that German side here clapping in the batter after their effort. No matter the run scored, like you said. This is a brilliant occasion for them, and Scotland's in a very different situation here, going to win the tournament. Ambitions of they will be hosting the global qualifier up north in Scotland. That'll be starting on August 31st and to 7th September. So they will qualify already, but they will be seeking a position for the Women's Cricket World Cup Global Qualifier. That's the 50 over tournament. And they want to be winning this tournament as a show of intent.
Later on this summer as well, Germany have some more cricket. They go to, how do we pronounce this, Ian?
Nantes.
Yes.
In France.
They're playing France, Jersey, Norway, Austria. So they've more T20 cricket. Which is fantastic, because you just wonder sometimes what's next for all of these teams, and I suppose there's a lot more teams coming up. Austria have just started a women's comp, and cricket for girls, Lydia Greenway is over working with Jersey quite a bit. So if you look at the future, I suppose if all of these teams can really put in some work and get their participation up, it could be a great European Cup in years to come.
And participation is the key word there. Something that Scotland have absolutely smashed out the park as a wide. Just a signal there from the umpire of the bowling Muscood here. It's on a wicket maiden. Unfortunately gives a wide on that final delivery there. And fantastic effort from Cricket Scotland over recent years. Really driving forward the participation levels, especially in women's cricket. You've really seen the impact, and it's really flourishing now in the women's game as this national side is carrying a lot of confidence and really aims to achieve a World Cup place, at the end of this year. And what a fantastic achievement that could be for the Wildcats. So if you're listening, that's the name also given to the Scottish national women's side here for cricket, the Wildcats, the Scottish Wildcats. So if we refer to it as that, and you're listening elsewhere and abroad, we welcome you to this broadcast of the ICC Women's Qualifier Europe 2019. Ian Leggett here alongside Kira Metcalf in a kind of sun-baked, humid La Manga, but also very windy. It's not very nice when it's hot wind, but we can't complain. It's probably raining in Scotland or raining in Ireland, so if you're listening, I'm sorry that we're complaining about this gorgeous weather that we're having to sit through while we sit down and watch an international game of cricket.
Tough life, Ian.
Tough life, isn't it? Tough life, Kira. As we're going to see, I think, the appearance here of, just going to see, well, it's going to be Brianna Chatterjee bowling here from the near end.
Just this morning we were notified that there's a change of numbers.
Yes.
We'll have to double check each time.
I'll be intrigued again to know the reasons behind that. I'm not sure why the jersey numbers have changed to Scotland. Decision, but
Scotland have spread the field a little bit. They've gone with a fine leg, square leg out. They're bringing in their mid wicket, should I say?
Yeah, that's Katie McGill just stepping in there. It's very short mid wicket actually. It's Hannah Rainey's sprinting over now just to play fine leg.
Short third. Yeah.
45. Here comes Chatterjee. Well, quick turn of pace there, and immediately from the slow deliveries of Megan McCall and Mascoud, there's been a big change of pace here by Chatterjee. Played a lot of cricket, been based down in Surrey as well. There's plenty of experience in the bowler's hands here. Push forward, that's a really nice line. Really good length there from Chatterjee.
The flies are out in, they're attacking us.
Christina Goff is the batsman here. 24-year-old left-handed batsman.
I kept low.
Get my left and rights mixed up. Sanarani at third man, not fine leg. Early start to this week. Need to wake up, Ian. Maybe these sunglasses. Maybe I can't see that well.
Not doing the double shades.
No, I've gone for the contact lenses this week. A more sensible decision, I think, Kira. Full delivery there, just pushed forward by Christina Goff. Straight into the hands of Rachel Skulls there. Almost teasing it. Throw at the stumps there.
Christina Goff is the captain of Germany and definitely one to watch. She definitely has power. We just need to see her miss the fielder.
Really elegant shot there, just flick off the wrist. Becky Glenn doing the fielding duties. Big throw in there, could have been an out. Half-hearted appeal there by Chatterjee. Really good arm by Becky Glenn there, just picked up well. Straight into the hands of Chatterjee, and a direct hit possibly could have been out. Again, that intent we're seeing in the fielding, forcing errors between the running, between the wickets.
There was two there and they just committed to it. It was really good to see. Nice little shot, give them confidence. Just going to take drinks. Just up at the 10 over mark, 15 for 2. It's a hard gig, breaking into the T20, your first game. I just think they'd like to see the run rate tick over a little bit more.
Yeah, slow start here from Germany. 15 for 2 off the 10, and sure Scotland like the look of this. Catherine Bryce. It is very interesting in a game like this with, one side with very limited experience and the other side, the experience that they're carrying. Scotland, how they approach this. Germany, their first T20 international here in La Manga. Off to a cautious start here, 15 for 2 after 10 overs.
I think Scotland as well could go a little bit more attacking, but they also might want to get some of the bowlers bowling before they come up against the Dutch later on today at 3:30. Get everyone warmed up, because you can warm up in pre-game, but I suppose if you get it in the game, it just feels a little bit different. So there'll just be a few minute break. We're just coming back after drinks at 10. Just move into the 11th over. There's a wide first ball of the over. Just needs to get up a little bit more on her front foot, really get through her action. At the moment they have a deep cow out and a deep square. Much better ball, challenging the batter. Scotland have really bowled some good line and length this morning. Picking up 2 early wickets. Not allowing Germany to really push through. Ian's just back. Ian, we've a Scottish man in full kilt.
Oh, what a fantastic sight that is. No greater. Boy, this has been a really nice over here from us. Good. Pushing forward, yeah, it's quite a sight actually. He's got the full Scotland jersey on, and what looks like I think a classic hat, kind of Highland hat, kilt and socks.
Why aren't you wearing yours?
Like I said, I'm unbiased today. I'm on ICC duties. None of this supporting one side or the other.
I don't know, but you could still wear an outfit.
Well, I thought we had outfits planned. We're going to coordinate our outfits. Push forward again there. No run. Solid over.
There's just a few of those balls there, just a little bit shorter. I'd really like to see them just have a go with them. Nothing to lose at all, especially with a score.
And is that
16 for 2?
Is that lack of experience?
I think it is.
A stronger hit of that and tries to go for a single direct hit. Could be out here. Really good stumping, and it's given out again. That's the 3rd wicket here for Scotland. As Melina as forward departs. Pardon me.
Yeah, I think Ian, it's a lack of experience. It's also maybe confidence coming in here, and also maybe just spending more time practicing out in the middle, seeing your batting patterns and really knowing that you're hitting through the line of the ball, instead of sometimes we are in the net and we think that we're hitting good shots when actually we're not.
Well, that's from there departing. Sorry me as I look down on my notes and read the 14 for the 4. That's definitely from there. Just the 33-year-old being greeted very warmly by her German teammates. She makes her way back into 10 as the new bats are making her way to the crease. Just greets Christina Goff there. A nice fist bump. Now Scotland 3 wickets, and it's a nice end to the over there for Catherine Bryce's girls. Picking up another run out, and it is that lack of experience, I think. Just going for that stronger shot there. Finding the offside, but unfortunately not having the pace between the wickets. Is it the intent of going for the run straight away, and maybe just the hesitation? The shot was hit, and they kind of, it was maybe a 1 second, 1.5 second wait before they decided to fully commit to the run. Is that the issue?
I think all you've mentioned there, and then just nerves and lots of things. I think they've allowed as well Scotland to move in on them even further. But again, from Scotland's point of view, I suppose they're going to come up against a Dutch side later on, and they will need to just maybe bowl a little bit tighter. Germany haven't really hit the looser ball, and the Dutch will later on today.
Well then, Chatterjee with that turn of pace. And again, from the far end here. We've only got the 2 players out on the boundary once again here. Deep 3rd man, deep square leg. Push forward, really nice line from Chatterjee once again, and I think it will be a case of Germany growing through this tournament and finding confidence and setting themselves targets each game. Is that fair to say?
Absolutely. Little mini wins, little targets, and also really setting themselves up for that tournament that they're going to play again later in July.
Straight forward there, picked up by Catherine Bryce. What about Scotland? Going into this game, it could have been possibly easy for them to maybe take the foot off the pedal and just say, well, this is an easy win, and maybe set their own objectives in this game. And, you know, Catherine Bryce possibly could have batted first and said, right, let's go put on a big total. But it was an ambitious call to let's go for the bowling. Well, and bowled him, and Chatterjee picks up a wicket, cleans the stumps down, and they depart. And another wicket here. That's the 4th wicket for Scotland. And another German batter makes her way back to the 10. And I think that wicket was coming there for Chatterjee. Really good pace throughout her overs. Just cleans up the off stump.
Yeah, the ball didn't really come up, and she pulled across the line. She's a little bit shocked. I don't think she read it at all. And they're having a chat now, passing on her information. The captain here has a big role, Christina Goff. She can certainly bat, but she's got to be allowed to instead of trying to keep the batters going at the other end. It's a balance now.
Well, Katarika, Vijaya Ragahaven, the new batter. At the crease, joining Christina Goff. That's a turn of pace there, straight away, darting down into the gloves behind Sarah Bryce. Receiving nicely, that was really good there. They've actually got a slip in there as well. Rachel Scholes playing slip.
Have you ever played slip?
Oh my goodness, yes. Oh, you should have seen me. Took a couple of absolute blinders in my dreams. Fuller length there as well. Becky Glenn doing the fielding duties. Then that's a really good over from Priyanas Chatterjee. Warm response there from the Scotland girls, and the score now 16 for 4 after 12 overs. Well, where do you go from here? We haven't seen much of this. Scotland will obviously want to keep this score as low as possible, restrict their run chase, and because this is a double header, we may explain. So this game, we course of 3 playing days in this ICC Women's Qualifier Euro 2019. 3 playing days, 3 sides with the Netherlands, Germany, and Scotland. Each side will have a double header day, which means they should be playing both the teams on one of their days. Scotland will be the first team today with the double header, Germany in the morning, and an afternoon game with the Netherlands in the afternoon, which should be a fantastic game. Again, stream live. We'll be on commentary duties all week, so hopefully you won't get too bored of our voices if you're a devout cricket fan. Promises to be an exciting tournament. We're seeing this. Scood steps up again. For delivery, Christina Goff, just sensible batting there, just pushes that one forward into the hands of Catherine Bryce. Just playing mid off there. Intent there from Christina Goff, finds the hands of Bryce once again. Now, I'm just looking at the fielding settings here. Now, the inner ring are very in now. Really, really attacking field settings here. Have got a deep cover as well. Pushed forwards. There's going to be a single there. Really good running. Direct hit could be out. Good fielding once again by the Wildcats. Manages to scrape a single.
That's just showing Christina Goff she can certainly bat, and the German side need to get her on strike as much as possible. If she starts playing some of those shots, she will push the fielders back, and it could be a little bit of a different game. But she should really take charge here. That squaring up shot could lead to an LBW. It's a risky business.
Yeah, that was Katie McGill on the boundary there, just almost laughing at the opportunity, and that was just narrowly missed the bat there. Just takes a couple steps back again.
Yeah, even if she nurdled it around here to square leg, just there's lots of little shots, and you can see that the fielders have just moved in again a little bit further.
Big appeal for LBW, and it's given out. Maskood picks up a wicket. That's her second. And like you said, the LBW was coming there.
Unfortunately,
Called from the commentary box, and Vijay Aragnahaven.
Unfortunately, with that technique, it's going to come, and if you're a good bowler, you'll definitely pick it out. Just play on that.
Well, up to her. Maskood now with figures of 3 for 2 from her 4 overs. And the score 17 for 5. The 13 overs here. And what do Germany do? They set themselves a target of saying we want to reach a certain number of runs, or is it just about getting experience in the middle for these players?
Well, I also, from a viewing point, it's not going to be, setting the world alight on, I mean that in the best way, but they should bat the 20 overs if they can and really get the experience. Also trying to keep Christina Goff on strike. She should play her shots. She can bat, this girl, and really, really show Scotland that she can bat. Push the field back and run hard. I think there's a lot of European teams around that have been in this situation, trying to gain experience, and we just have to buy into it a little. It's not a bad thing.
On the pad there, and it's given out. That's 2 wickets and 2 balls. Chatterjee picks up another, and that's an LBW once again. Step forward, and that looked like it was dead on.
It's just not the wicket they wanted to see go there, unfortunately. Christine Goff, captain.
Well, that's 2 wickets and 2 balls there. The score moves to 17 for 6 here in the 14th over. Chatterjee picks up her second, 2 for 2. So her figures, her third over here. I think Scotland's looking maybe to clean this up right now and post a low score and bat easy. Finish the job and move on to their second game here. But again, being applauded, Christina Goff. A nice warm sight for cricket, and that's why we love the game. There is a brilliant atmosphere around this ground today. It's early morning here in La Manga, Spain. The temperature hasn't quite risen. If you're just tuning in, welcome to the live coverage of the ICC Women's Qualifier Europe 2019 from La Manga, Spain. A fantastic tournament we've got ahead of us here in the opening game. 17 for 6 here, Germany. Chatterjee comes in again from the near end. That's given wide. She just reaches up there. I think she knew what she did there, and just plenty of support here. Actually starting to think we're going to get some names here. That's the scoreboard end, and this should be the near end.
How's your hair doing today?
Why are you what are you saying about my hair, Kira?
You've got a little bit of like Fido Dido going on. The wind is pushing back your fringe.
Is that a criticism? Is it a compliment? What are you saying to me here now, Kira?
Ian, you can decide which it is.
Well, I always have to be cautious with you, Kira, because you're quite sharp, so you're not afraid to...
Well, listen, can I slag you with this?
You can slag me. I'm enjoying your hair today. I would never say anything bad about your hair. It's a bit of an afro, but... That's just pushed into the hands.
This is just where the experience and time, they'll break through those fielders, pick the right ball. Again, if it's shorter, really try to capitalise on it.
They've still got some bowlers as well on the side. They've still got the likes of Hannah Rainey and Katie McGill. It's actually watching the and going for a single here. Direct kick could be out. Maskood just narrowly misses the stumps there. Just pounced over there. Good hands. And they run a good single there, and that now moves on to 19 for 6. And calls are really good there from the German 10. Great support around the ground here. Their first T20 international, 19 for 6 in the 14th over here. It's just the Scotland team were just warming up in front of our commentary position, and the bowling unit is robust, I think is a word for that.
They've definitely worked on a lot of their game, and just from me following and also just looking at results over the summer, they're definitely working very hard towards the tournament they're hosting from the 31st of August to the 7th of September. It's going to be a really, really good tournament. Some big teams: Scotland, Ireland, Bangladesh, Thailand, USA, PNG, Zimbabwe, and we'll see who qualifies from here.
It's going to be a fantastic tournament. I can't wait to get along to it. Two great venues as well. So just ended the over there. Ended the 14th over, 19 for 6. Chatterjee picked up a wicket at the start of that over.
I think with Germany as well, like Germany are going to play, as we mentioned earlier on, France, Jersey, Norway, Austria. These are teams that are coming up. They're building like Germany, and I think it's fantastic. Germany will go back. They'll, gather all they've learned from this week and really try to bring it into that tournament, and then hopefully, they've something to aim for, which is the next tier, which would be the qualifiers that'll be in Scotland. So all in all, I think it's shaping up really nicely. Like it's happening, but it's a little bit slow, but we've got to be patient and allow these teams to gain some experience. Again, even just looking from an Irish point of view, a couple of years ago, we would have played against Australia, who would have played 30 plus games over a summer, and we would have played maybe 3 to 12. So, there's that comparison. How do you improve, and where do you get your experience from? So we have to be patient with teams, and it's a process.
I think we're going to see the appearance of Hannah Rainey bowling from the scoreboard end here. Could be direct caught, could have been caught there mid-on, but it just floated and landed ahead there. It's a great start there from Hannah Rainey. Some right arm seam, medium pace here.
Just again intent, just backing themselves, just trying to score that run. You also find the teams that will be at the women's qualifier will be on, full gym sessions each week, fitness, all of these sort of things, and they do add to the overall game as well, and your strength in putting the ball away. Which I'm sure Germany are going through that process at the moment, and it does take a while for it to kick in.
Going to grab a single there, and that's met with delight there from the German side. Kate Meagle does the fielding duties at square leg, and they pick up another single here. The score moves on to 20. They're into the 20s, and all this experience they'll be gaining from this game. It's fantastic for German cricket. It's the Wildcats just changed the field here. Just another left-handed batsman playing that left-handed, right-handed combination can be sometimes tricky for captains just to coordinate their field. Players will get their step count as they will switch up.
I like that, Ian, the steps, yeah.
Step count, that's one of my favourite phrases from Guernsey. Getting their step count up.
Well, we won't get our step count out because if we walk up that road home, we'll be hit by a car.
Yeah, there isn't a pavement here. And I did that yesterday. I made the mistake. I went, I'll just visit the ground and walk back up to the apartment, and yeah. Strikes the pad, half-hearted appeal there. Direct hit, possibly. Hesitation in the middle there, but that's good. Ambition, looking for the single. Score 20 for 6 here at the end. Just one to come here. In the 15th over. Trying to see if they've got any fielders out of the inner ring. They do. They're playing a deep square leg. That's a no ball there. That one just a looser. Just flying out the hand there, Hannah Rainey just floated out, and that can happen sometimes. Just needs to find the line again. One looked like a bit of an awkward delivery, just kind of lofted out the hand there by Hannah Rainey.
She's trying her hands and maybe have sweaty palms.
She just gets her angles back together there. Strikes the pad there. Plays a lot of her cricket with Edinburgh University. Hannah Rainey. That's the end of the over. 21 for 6. It's 2 off it for Germany. That's the end of 15 overs here. 5 to go. Scotland's in a very strong position in the opening game of this ICC Women's Qualifier Europe 2019. Chatterjee again here from the near ends. Strikes and picks up another wicket. That one hits the bottom of the stumps and the bails fall off. Chatterjee picks up another wicket. And the German batter makes her way back to the team 10. 7 down, Germany now, 21 for 7 in the 16th over.
Unfortunately, the batter didn't know much about that there. The bowler's getting just a little bit of movement. Just kind of a nothing shot, really. Just Germany need to stick in here, and I'd like to see them bat the 20 overs. Yeah, unfortunately, they're not scoring a huge amount of runs, but I think for what they're trying to get out of this, with experience, batting the 20 and bowling as best as they can. There's also a lot of great people around at this tournament, and I think a lot of conversations, or just getting some knowledge off some. There's some really Julia Price is here. You have Holly Colvin, a couple of others. People who have played good standard of cricket, and just spending time with these people, and even just getting learning stuff off them as well. That you need to, when you're in these positions, you really need to use all your contacts.
Just looking at the replay there on my laptop for that wicket. The ball really did just cut in late there. Bit of movement. With a fuller delivery there. That one almost at elbow height there from Chatterjee. 21 for 7 here in the 16th over. Chatterjee figures of 4 for 3. Fourth over here, bowled very well. They're going to sneak a single here. Direct hit could have been out there. Sarah Bryce trying to hit the stumps at the keeper end. That could have been another wicket. Another wide for Scotland. Well, if any of you have been to La Manga before, you'll know the kind of beauty this place carries. The scenic hills all around us. It's a very beautiful place to watch cricket. Push forward there, going to be collected. Catherine Bryce. Well, just hits the toes there of the batter.
Scotland here are obviously the more experienced team, and I actually feel they should have a few more wickets down. They should have them all out at this stage, if I'm being very honest.
What's that down to? Is that just not being clinical enough, or is that not just the effort
a little
in the
bit.
field, targeting? Maybe
First game, a few extra wides. Wides might be actually the top scorer here at the minute. I know from Scotland's point of view, they're going to face better opposition in a couple of weeks, and definitely will want to learn something from this week as well. So just getting their bowling changes right, setting the field right, and just being as attacking as they can. And I do want Germany to obviously experience a lot this week, but at the same time, from a Scotland point of view, I think they should have them out by now.
Just gonna take a look at the bowling card here for the start of this over. 10 extras so far for Scotland. 3 wickets for Chatterjee, and Muscood picking up 2. There's been run-outs as well for Scotland.
Yeah, again, it's not taken away from what Scotland are doing. They've done a good job, but I suppose you come against better opposition, and a shorter ball or a full toss will be put away and punished.
Just short there, pulled away nicely. Played that off the hip really nicely. Picks up another single to score now. 25 for 7 in the 17th over. Hannah Rainey goes for 1 off her first delivery of her second over. Struck off the top of the handle. The bat there slows down the delivery, Hannah Rainey, and just kind of pitched up nicely. What was the wicket like? We took a trip down there, and it was a bit grassy, bit of a soft top as well.
Yeah, the groundsman said he's prepared wickets here for male and females over the last couple of months, competitions, and he reckoned 140 was par, but it wasn't going to do much with the ball, actually, he said, so it was interesting.
We have seen a bit of movement in the air from Chatterjee. Just a couple of balls have floated in a little bit. Katie McGill just enforcing the rule of asking questions. Keep asking questions. Full of delivery, bounces off the toe. Appeal there. The umpire remains no movement. Signal of 2 to come here in the over.
Okay, going back to technique. I'd like to see the bowlers just work them out a little bit quicker. Obviously you can see that the Yorker ball here is quite effective against the German team today. Just maybe trying to really perfect that skill.
And another wide for Scotland. Maybe just struggling to find the length in the opening game here. We've talked about nerves. A big cry of "come on Scotland" there from the fans around the ground here. Really nice contingent of German and Scotland fans. Short delivery there by Rainey. And Biervish just unable to try and do the pull shot there. She just practices that. Germany 7 down, and there's going to be 3 overs to go after this delivery. Scotland will be keen with probably the Bryce sisters to open. Full delivery there by Rainey, just missed her hand, picked up by Muscood at mid-off. That's the end of the over. Well, 3 off it there for Germany. 27 for 7 after 17 overs. Scotland in a very strong position, but Kira, possibly Scotland could have maybe grabbed all the wickets by now.
Yeah, again, that's me being just, I don't know.
Oh, it's your job.
Just trying to see opportunities, and just, you come across better opposition, and that they'll need to have their game plans, their bowling plans, maybe just a little bit, just refine them a little bit more. But again, they've done a good job here. Germany are trying to do their best as well. Germany can be not all out in the 20. I think they'll see that as a win as well. Okay, it's not the prettiest of cricket, but I suppose there's little wins. It's a kind of a hard situation, because obviously T20 cricket, you want to see as many runs as you can on the board, and but we have a team here that are just learning as they go, so we've got to be patient.
Now, Katie McGill, first appearance with the ball. Big turn of pace there and almost hits the stumps. So it's wide actually. It's a signal by the umpire. And another wide for Scotland. That one looked like it just veered off at the end there. Commentary position. So we just skipped over the stumps. Well, tried to play a lofted shot over the cow corner over here. Here we go, that's much better there, better length. It's very scenic here. I don't think I'm going to be quiet about that all week. It's gorgeous. Third delivery there, tried to almost pull that one all the way around. It's a fine leg. And that one has run away to fine leg. It's going to be picked up by Ruth Willis before it hits the boundary. It is a slow outfield here at La Manga, and they're going to pick up two. And really good running, almost a half-hearted appeal there. Right out, and that's met almost like a boundary from the German team, and they're 10. Wonderful to hear. Big loud cheer appreciation. One of the classier shots of the day there. Wonderful batting.
Yeah, nice controlled shot. Running, and a good dive at the end.
Now this tournament is part of the one of the results of this is the part of the qualification pathway, the ICC T20 World Cup in 2020. One of these sides could possibly make their way to Australia to play in the World Cup. First, they've got to get to the global qualifier, Scotland. Tickets are available for the Women's World Cup on ICC websites. You can get that all sorted. And will you be going, or will you still be out in Australia by then, Kira?
Yes, I definitely will be going.
You're gonna be getting all the games. You're gonna be.
I don't know.
Strikes the pad, but it's definitely going down leg. On the offside.
They're just from being based over in Australia. They're starting putting a lot into it already, and the attendance record, as you spoke about earlier on, is a huge thing at the moment, and there's a big drive on for that.
I think after the and that's just clipped away nicely. There's Hannah Rainey doing fielding duties, partnering up with Ruth Willis there behind the stumps. Well, costly over for Scotland in terms of runs there. 2 wides, 2 and a 1. And Kate McGill's first over there, going for 5. Not the start she would have hoped for. So score 32 for 7, 2 overs to go. What will Germany be saying here? Will they be batting out and just saying, let's complete these 2 overs, let's not get Scotland all out? Well, let's not get ourselves all out, pardon me, as I mix up my words. Full delivery there, and that just one floats down. That's difficult to face actually when the ball literally dips as soon as it appears in front of you.
Yeah, I think the wicketkeeper standing up has definitely played a part for Germany not moving outside their crease. But I think just from what you just said there, I think Germany will want to bat out these overs for sure. I think they'll see that as a little win, and again, a little thing that they can tick off for their game.
Short delivery there, and just pitches up. Finds the face of the bat onto that. There's an overthrow there by Scotland. Just want to secure that ball into the hands.
And I suppose, Ian, from the Scottish point of view, they would have liked to have them all out in the 20. I suppose it's the first match getting into the tournament, but they clearly have a lot more experience, and they should be. You've got to really try to work out how to get these wickets and work out the batter.
Short delivery once again, pulled away nicely. Going to be picked up by Chatterjee there. They grab another single here. Score moves on. That's a 34 for 7. In the 19th here, Hannah Rainey going for 7 so far from her 2.3 overs. Now we'll move on to the conversation of how Scotland approached the chase in a minute. Short delivery once again. Think they've got bat on ball here. Sarah Bryce, and it's given out. Hannah Rainey gets a wicket. Shorter delivery. Bat on ball received by Sarah Bryce, and it's another wicket. That's the 8th wicket for Scotland. As another batter makes her way back to the 10th. 8 down now. And a nice bit of bowling there from Hannah Rainey. Sarah Bryce, both hands in the air there, doing the Rocky Balboa impression. Was very confident there was bat on ball. A little hesitation by the umpire, but the finger was raised. And another wicket.
You can see a little bit of energy has come up into the Scottish team there. And that's what I'd like to see from the start. These guys, again, going back to it, these are much more experience in this team. And energy also brings wickets. They should be throwing the ball around, diving around, really getting ready for the second game, taking everything they can out of it and building towards their global qualifiers that they're hosting. Where is that competition? That's in Edinburgh, is it?
No, it's going to be a little bit up north. Arbroath, Forfarshire, I believe. I really should know this. It is Arbroath, and it's Forfarshire. Yes.
Okay.
They have the 2 grounds, so be a little bit chilly that time of year. So you got to wrap up warm. It's not going to be like this sun-baked La Manga. So we sit in shorts and a shirt. But yeah, no, that'll be the venue. So wonderful places to watch cricket. Arbroath is a delightful ground as well. Fantastic place to watch cricket, and may I say, some of the best tees in cricket.
Tees are game changers.
Absolutely. Anyone listening familiar with the tees of Arbroath, or anyone listening from Arbroath, you've got my seal of approval. Not that that matters.
Would it be like a scone with cream and jam?
Oh no, it's pies. It's beautiful pies when I was there.
God, Ian.
I was there for the Scottish Cup final last year. Oh my days, could have spent all day at the lunch tent. Full of delivery there by Hannah Rainey. And Megan McCall just slips there, and they're going to grab a single. Really good running there by the German batters in the middle. Picked up another single.
Just that ball, Ian, I'd love to see it smash to the boundary. Like, put it
Absolutely.
all through it. Like.
Well, I think we will be seeing a bit of that from the Scots, as they're going to be chasing now. We are going to have this chat with 1 over to go. How will Scotland be approaching the run chase now? It's a low score, sitting on 35 for 8 now with 1 over to go. Do they bat sensible, or do they just show no mercy?
I think they get the runs, and obviously for as little wickets as possible, but I don't think there's a huge amount of stress on them, to be honest. And if it'll only be them putting the stress on themselves. And sometimes doing that'll bring on wickets, and but they've got to play Scotland, I suppose, to their standard. And I mean that in the best way towards the German team. They've got to be the senior team here and play. Don't come down a standard because you're playing a team that's maybe just not there at the moment. Because they could do that, they could lose wickets, get themselves into an awful mess. And again, then they've the Dutch team later on here at 3:30, so.
Really well bowled there by Keeney McGill. Flew down the offside there. Wonderful bit of pace. That's not the delivery you want to face in the final over.
Ian, just on tees. Yeah, we have to talk about it.
I know we do.
Across the road there is a baked potato and chilli, and it is delicious.
The way you say delicious, Kira, is so fantastic, and I hope the viewers have picked up on that as well. You said that with such gravitas.
Thanks, Ian.
It was making
I
me
tried.
hungry. It was making me hungry. And almost caught there by Rachel Scholes on the offside. Playing that kind of mid-wicket extra cover role, mid-off, pardon me.
In that position, is she kind of in the middle of nowhere there in a sense, because they haven't hit the ball truer there, you know, good fielder.
I would definitely step in. We saw Kate McGill stepping in, almost silly mid-off. Ball's chipped wide. That's gone high in the air, but there's not going to be a fielder there. Could have been caught. Survives. Sarah Bryce maybe could have done the running back there, but
the German team have just they're all gathered together over here. This is exciting for them, and I'd like to see them bat through the 20 without losing their wickets. It'll be a little win for them, and you know, it's confidence for this team.
Little wins, and like you said, they look as though they're going to be greeting their batters with a warm reception after this 20 overs. I think this has been and they look actually very ready to go out and have a warm-up. Kate McGill, a fuller delivery there. It's turning into a nice end here. 1 to come. 36 for 8. It's been looks as though Germany will be batting out their 20 overs here in their first ever T20 international here in La Manga, Spain, in the Europe 2019 finals. That's just straight into hands. They're going to run a single here. Good running at the end there from Germany. They grab another single. And they're going to finish on 37 for 8. From their 20 overs, Kira, talk me through it.
I think they've done well. Unfortunately, I felt their captain could have kicked on a little bit. Christina Goff, definitely a good batter. I just lost wickets just maybe at times, you know, they didn't need to. But all in all, I think they've gained a lot of experience. It's out in the middle. It's against, you know, a good opposition. Just on, we were just highlighting here, there's 13 extras. So 13, the wides is actually the highest score there. And I know from Scotland's point of view, they won't be happy with that. And that's certainly something that over this tournament, they'll have to tighten up. Playing against bigger teams, that will be punished. And we'll just have a look at the bowling breakdown here.
It was a good start by the Scotland bowlers here. Catherine Bryce, 1 maiden from her 3 overs, just going for 2 runs. And Rachel Scholes, 2 overs, 5 runs. McCall as well, 2 overs and just going for the 4 runs with the 1 maiden as well. And it was Muscood that picked up the wicket there. Change of bowling, grabbing 2 wickets. And Chatterjee, the pick of the bowlers for Scotland, with 3 wickets from her 4 overs, 1 maiden, going for the 5 runs. Hannah Rainey a little bit costly at the end there, the 8 runs, and the same with Kate McGill, but I think the batsmen were trying to push on at the end.
And Scotland have now used 7 bowlers as well, I suppose, for their second match. Give everyone a run out and get everyone fired up for a big game against the Dutch at 3:30.
Absolutely, you see there, 37 for 8 from the 20 overs. Germany in their first T20 international here in La Manga, Spain. The ICC Women's Qualifier Europe 2019, 37 for 8. We'll be back in 10 minutes' time, where you can catch Scotland chase down 37, get 38 to secure their possibly first victory in this competition. And welcome back to now a fully sun-baked La Manga here. There really are worse conditions to play cricket in. So we're going to see Scotland chase down 37 after Germany finished in their first ever T20 international here. They batted out 20 overs, finished on 37 for 8. So we're going to see Sarah Bryce and Lorna Jack open the batting here for Scotland as they seek to get their first victory in this ICC Women's Qualifier Europe 2019. I'm Ian Leggett and I'm joined alongside former Irish international Kira Metcalf. What are we thinking ahead of this?
I'm really excited to have a look at the German bowlers. It's not a big total, but again, we spoke about how Scotland go about this week and them keeping their standards up and applying themselves. So again, there's lots of interesting ways to look at this. Just up front, Germany have started with a deep cover out. That seems to be it, pretty much a ring field. My bad, actually, they have a cow corner, sorry. This is
Emma Bargner is going to be opening the bowling. Floated, and it's a massive shot there. And that's going to be the first boundary off the first ball there. Sarah Bryce, with all the intent in the world, a lofted delivery there by Emma Bargner, and it's just hit square and one bounce for the first boundary of the day.
It's actually a free hit as well. There was a full toss, well put away. A bit of nerves up front.
Another one well slashed away deep into deep square leg again. Is it going to have the legs to run away for 4? Big chase here by Germany. They're going to keep running, and I think it's gone for... No, it's going to be picked up well, and they've ran 3. They look for 4, and that really well run. Suddenly, score. I'm just going to wait for the scoreboard to update there. Is it just... We're showing a 7 no ball on the scorebar there. So just... The scorebar will update below you. That's how the system works. But a flying start straight away in the opening over here at 4 and 3. Lorna Jack trying to cut away there, and Emma Bargner, a brilliant delivery, and that's met with complete jubilation from the German side. It's such a nice sight here.
It is. You guys probably can't see the German sideline, but they're all out, backing each other up, should I say.
Full delivery there, just pushed down, and that's a dot ball there. 2 dots in a row here for Emma Bargner. Lorna Jack just looking to play herself in. Sarah Bryce with a smashing pull shot there to deep square leg, and it just bounces over the boundary, and then a free hit, run 3. It's gone high, and it could be caught here. And that's out. It's an early wicket there. Christina Goff with a catch at mid-off. And they strike early. And Germany with 1 wicket in the first over, 10 for 1, 1 to come. Wow.
Yeah, when Emma gets that ball right, it's just an awkward length. The batter just moved towards it, didn't get underneath it properly, and just popped it up. An easy catch.
An easy catch indeed.
And
just
we spoke about
high.
the scene just beforehand about how Scotland are going to go about this chase.
Well, I think you saw the intent there straight off by Lorna Jack. The ball came in at that awkward length, and she just wanted to drive that over to the boundary here at long off. Into the covers, tried to go for the lofted drive, hit the toe of the bat, and straight into the hands of Goff there as the German side have their little chant as they meet in the middle there and count down from 1, 2, 3. And I don't know what they're saying, but it sounds inspirational. And a flying start here by both sides. They pick up an early wicket, 10 for 1, as the new batsman in at the crease. It's the Scotland captain, Catherine Bryce. And all of a sudden, Lorna Jack departs, and now the Bryce sisters are in the middle here for Scotland.
It's actually interesting, just before that ball was bowled, and I was just going to make a comment about where mid-on and mid-off are standing. It's a little bit different, but it was effective.
Was it a criticism?
It was effective for that ball.
There we go. Just played there. It's just going to run away to fine leg, just collected, and Catherine Bryce straight off the mark, a little edge, just nicks that one down a fine leg. Sarah Bryce will be taking up strike here. Catherine Bryce, a fantastic player based down at Loughborough University, and has now picked herself a position in Loughborough Lightning for this season's Kia Super League. Just played off the hip there by Sarah Bryce, rotating a strike once again. And what a fantastic addition that will be for Loughborough as well. And for any female player now in the UK to get a slot in what is a fast developing, exciting tournament, it's fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. There's so much cricket available. There's a lot of opportunity, but it's getting harder to get those opportunities because there's a lot of people going for it now. A lot of good players out there. Just on the German first over, they will be absolutely delighted with taking the wicket up front. Again, we spoke about for the German team for this week taking little wins, and they would be so happy with that.
Well, we saw the reaction here, and it was absolutely fantastic to see the whole side. And actually, if you look away to the left, it's not quite on camera right now, but the German side are not sitting in the tent. They're perched on the sideline, just a metre or so back from the boundary, and they are all standing there in anticipation for every ball. That it seems like even the substitute fielders, the whole side is with this German unit right now. Pitch short, pulled away. Could it be collected? A really good bit of fielding here. And almost just placed football on the boundary there. That just runs away for 4. Another boundary.
Shorter ball. Just put away. Just that cow corner. I actually would like to see them at square leg, but
that's Janet Ronalds. Almost doing the fielding there at deep square leg. I think she has actually perched around there.
Yeah.
And is standing a bit more squarer. To the wicket there, Sarah Bryce. Get 2. Just glances off the pad there.
Again, a nice option having a left arm opening bowler. This is the captain, Christina Goff. Seems to be an all-rounder. Bat and ball.
Well, took the catch in the last over at mid-off. Maybe going to strike here, looking for another wicket. Bryce sisters in action here for Scotland in La Manga. Pitch is short. That's just going to find the fielder here.
Really good
Wagner collecting here. Down at deep fine leg. So you just rotate the strike. Catherine Bryce to face now. Emma Wagner picking up a wicket in the first over there. Lorna Japp being caught. 14 for 1. Are only requiring 38 to take a victory here though. Germany in their first ever T20 international here. If you're just tuning in for some live cricket from La Manga, Ian Leggett and Kieran Metcalf on commentary duties here in the ICC Women's Qualifier Europe 2019 in La Manga. It's gorgeous conditions now. Breeze as well, which is actually kind of chilling, which is nice. We're not just being completely sun-baked.
Well, I'm happy for you, Ian. You could pass away with this heat.
Are you roasty toasty?
No, definitely not.
Shorter delivery there, pulled away nicely. Ronalds, the collector there at deep fine leg, another single. To Catherine Bryce there. Score now 15 for 1 in the second over. But yes, this is all part of the qualification pathway to the ICC Women's T20 World Cup in 2020 in Australia. Seeking a position in the global qualifier. Fuller delivery there by Christina Goff, just pushed away. Sarah Bryce actually hung her head there. I think she was trying to find the gap there through the covers. Ends the over with a dot ball, 15 for 1 after 2 overs. And Germany, I think they'll be very satisfied with this start.
Yeah, I think so too. And they've got energy. Again, they're learning as they go about how the batters attack their bowlers, what fields they need to have set, and how they work that out. But I think all in all, if both bowlers can get their line and length, they could be quite challenging to these Scottish batters.
Now Emma Wagner, once again, from the near end here. Fuller delivery, and that could be caught. And it is. It's another wicket here for Germany. And that's 2 for Emma Wagner.
German crowd are really happy with that. The guys from the sideline. It's a fantastic start for Germany. I think it's slightly unexpected from Scotland. We did speak about how they'd approach this, and they need to keep their standards up and approach it in, stick to their game plans.
Well, Catherine Bryce there to pass. That's the captain. She tried to play the sweep shot, found the top edge of the bat, and it just fell into the hands fielder at fine leg there. It was an easy catch once again. As Catherine Price makes the lonely walk back to the tent. Leaving Sarah Bryce at the crease here. Well, 2 wickets for Germany. This was definitely not part of the script at the innings break. For Germany, they're talking about these little wings. Emma Wagner, 2 wickets in her 2 overs so far. As Becky Glenn joins Sarah Bryce at the crease for Scotland. 37 the target, 38 to get their first victory. Very nicely by Becky Glenn, but it's just going to be a dot ball there.
This is where the batters, they communicate with each other. They figure out who's left hand, right hand, who has strong throwing arms, and maybe pick up those singles in the inner circle. Again, just bowling an awkward little length there. There's a good wind up now at the moment, and also just getting a little bit of dip. But Scotland, I think they need to just relax for a moment and stick to their game plan. This bowler actually bowling from this end, Emma Wagner, I believe is 14, 15 years of age.
Just doing the maths in my head. Only got the birthday in front of me, and born in 2004, but in the month of November. A youngster performing here in the qualifier.
Well bowled again.
Escapes the bat there.
Yeah. The German team are up and about, cheering for each other.
The energy levels are such a delight to see here. Batted through their 20 overs in their first T20 international. Now Scotland have got to finish off this job. That ball's just going to run away. It's not going to find the boundary. It is a very slow outfield here, and they're going to run 2. Sarah Bryce very keen to run 2 there. As Becky Glenn just hesitated. Bit of ball watching there. She ran into the batting end, but Sarah Bryce immediately wanting 2. 3 wides there. Cut away. Just finds the hands of Beawish.
Nice over. Again, another win for Germany, and I'd say in that over, they'll be happy.
Well, this is certainly not the start that people around the ground expected. Emma Wagner picking up 2 wickets in her 2 overs so far. She's being met with applause from her side, and like you said, the German fielders just standing on the side of the boundary here, celebrating every little win they're getting right now. Becky Glenn is going to be facing Christina Goff now, bowling from the scoreboard end here in La Manga. It's absolutely stunning setting for cricket. Just pushed forward onto the offside there. Very defensive. Really nice line there from Goff.
Absolutely. If she gets her line and length right, she could be very effective. It's nice to watch an extra bit of pace on the ball as well.
Well, Becky Glenn went for a bigger shot there. It looked as if she was lofting that one over for 6, but just mistimes it, finds the edge, and Goff again with another dot ball at the start of this over. 19 for 2 in the 4th. Scotland require 38 to get this victory from the 20 overs. Germany grabbing 2 very quick wickets. Catherine Bryce and Lorna Jack departing for Scotland.
Better shot there. Held her shape a little bit more. That back leg just breaks a little bit. Opens up the shoulders, but all in all, good intent. Really some good bowling here from Germany. Again, they're all clapping, up and about, ready, walking in. Good to see.
Fuller delivery, push through the covers there. They could run 2 here. They are going to run too. Sarah Bryce running into the danger end here and does pick up another run there. Really good vision again from Sarah Bryce. She's very fast between the wickets. Becky Glenn again just hesitant as she reaches the upper end. Sarah Bryce very quick off the mark, keen to grab another 2. It's Becky Glenn. Nice shot through the covers there. Picked up by from Mayer. Standing at mid-off. Push forward there. That's just going to fall to backward point.
Germany certainly holding their own here. It's just a pity they didn't have more runs on the board. Again, that's something that they can look to build on over the coming games. They have lots of games here this week. It's a fantastic opportunity to spend lots of time out in the middle.
It's just going to run away. Is it going to find the boundary? And it does. That's another boundary there for Scotland. Oh no, it doesn't. It slows up right towards it. Pardon me. Just from our commentary position, I saw the rope and it looked as though the ball just stopped right at the edge of it. It really is a very slow outfield here. I had this image and this impression of when we were heading to Spain of what they were going to be like. I was just going to take a look at the batting card here for Scotland so far. I had this image and this idea of what it was going to be like, and they water these, obviously the baking hot conditions here in La Manga. They water this outfield quite comprehensively, so the grass is very thick.
It certainly is. It's
Just
lush.
Lush. Oh, what a word.
Do you like that word, Ian?
I love that word.
Thanks.
It's not used enough. Maybe we're going to use and abuse that word for our commentary. Today is Emma Wagner grabbing her 3rd over here. Played nicely off the hip. Looks for 2, but...
Do you know, some good movement off the ball as well. All these things will start to click in for Germany over the week as they even watch some of the other guys play cricket, and that's what they must stick around now in the afternoon and definitely watch more cricket. You learn so much from the sideline.
Really nice length there into Becky Glenn from Emma Wagner, just falling short of the feet. Lovely start to the over here from the youngster. The wind just picks up once again here, just gives a chill breeze. Hit hard, and that's going to find the boundary. Straight drive. And it's just, we actually just saw it.
It's gone over the boundary.
It has gone over the boundary, but it slowed up. Once again, you saw it. It was hit very hard there.
That actually brings into play that mid-on and mid-off position that, okay, they got a catch there early on, but the mid-on is just sitting around near an extra cover area, and she's leaving a gap there.
I think she's actually just moved over slightly now.
Yeah.
And mid-off is now just played a bit more tighter to the bowler. Played off the hip very nicely there. Becky Glenn just going to grab a single there. So the score now moves on to 29 for 2. They're nearing that 30, and they are nearing the target here, but it's these little victories. And do you think Germany would have said before they win their huddle before, let's grab a wicket, let's grab another, let's see the amount of pressure we can grab onto the Scotland side?
Sorry, I was just attacked by a fly.
Yeah, we always are. Fuller delivery there, smashed away, and it might find the fielder there, just bounces in front. There was a fielder there at deep square leg running on. It was an awkward chase and just grabs 2 there. Well, that was danger zone for Sarah Bryce there.
She should have went for it.
Should have went for the catch.
Like, it's easier said than done from here, but I would have loved to seen her take that catch.
Hesitancy just for the fielder out there. Get a name. She's fielding a deep square leg, but it was hit very hard there by Sarah Bryce. Cut away, really nice use of the feet. Wade and Paul doing the fielding duties there. End of the over. More expensive at the end there for Emma Wagner, but she's bowled very well, picking up 2 wickets. That's the youngster for Germany. I think Christina Goff is going to be bowling once again from the scoreboard ends. 32 for 2. 37 was what Germany got in their 20 overs. 38 for the victory. Scotland nearing that target here at La Manga. But Germany with some small victories in this game, which is lovely to see. A wonderful atmosphere and a wonderful energy from this German unit in what is their first ever T20 international cricket match here in La Manga, Spain, in the Women's Qualifier Europe 2019. All streamed live. All the matches are going to be streamed live for the course of the 3 days of action here in sunbaked Spain. Worst jobs to have, eh, Kira? Worst jobs to
Is
have.
it sunbaked or in-baked?
Ian baked. I'll tell you, I'm going to be red by the end of this week. It doesn't matter, factor 50. Who cares? Me and my Scottish skin does not pave well for these conditions. And wide delivery there. The score now 33. And this is actually Stephanie Fronmeyer bowling from the scoreboard ends. The right arm, medium bowling here for Germany. This could be the final over. 5 overs gone as well. Hit hard, but straight to the fielder there at mid-off by Sarah Bryce. She just kind of plays her hands there and almost emulates what she was trying to do here. Big cry of "Come on, Scotland" from the boundary. Great shout out to the supporters that have made their way across here to Spain. Wonderful to see so many family members and supporters all the way around the ground here. They found their end, dotted around Saltires and German flags just parked up, flying high. Wide again, that's 34 for 2 now.
Wides have played their role here today.
Well, 4 needed for the victory now for Scotland. Sarah Bryce on 15 off 12. Pushed hard down the ground, and it could roll away for 4 here, but there's a strong chase from the German fielders.
Skinny, that's that gap we spoke about.
Well,
The mid-off nearly covering 2 spots there, mid-off and extra cover, and they've a cover boundary. So I just don't think they're getting their field settings right there.
well, Suzanne McCanama, Breton, doing the fielding duties there, just running down and stopping the straight hit from going for 4. 2 required for the victory for Scotland. Just played off the hip. They can't grab a single there. That's really good bowling from there. Just restricting a single there. Good field settings as well. Plenty fielders. They've got 5 fielders here on the offside, on the leg side, pardon me. I think they've just seen Sarah's ability just to play it on the leg side. Lightly playing it off the wrist. 2 required now. Hit hard, but it's going to find the fielder. That's Janet Ronalds doing the fielding duties once again at square leg. .37 for 2. They are now tied scores. Just meeting the middle here are Becky Glenn and Sarah Bryce, just discussing the possibilities of where to hit the ball. All the fielders now within the inner ring here, everyone in. Just moving Emma Wagner in again. 1 required. Pushed hard. Could be caught. And they've grabbed a single. And that's the victory for Scotland. They've grabbed it within 6 overs here. That's the final delivery there of the 6th over. Well, a pretty comprehensive victory here for Scotland, but a fantastic effort by Germany in their first ever T20 international cricket match.
Yeah, absolutely. I must say congratulations to Germany. They've worked hard to get to this point. Maybe not enough runs on the board to really challenge Scotland here. But they picked up 2 wickets and they have them out there for 6 overs. So we did speak about little wins for the German team, and by all means they'll go in and they'll have their team meeting, and they'll highlight some good points today while I'm being attacked by a fly. Yeah. Scotland won't be happy that they lost those 2 wickets, but we did speak about how they approach it. They must stay at their standards and really approach.
If you are being attacked by flies, you do your summary duties here.
No, but all in all, a good start by Scotland, a win on the board, and again, congratulations to Germany. It's not an easy task, and they're holding their heads high and shaking hands with their opposition.
Well, we're just seeing the squads now, just meet in the middle there to shake hands and just take a look at the batting scorecard. Sarah Bryce leading from the front with 18 off 15, not out. And it was Becky Glenn there that hit the winning runs, 12 for 14 as well. But early wickets, Lorna Jack departing in the opening over, and captain Catherine Bryce as well, departing for 2, both off the bowling of young Emma Bargner. Maybe that's a name we're going to be hearing a lot about in the future. We'll just take a quick look at the bowling card here in this opening fixture of the ICC Women's Qualifier Europe 2019. And Emma Bargner there, 2 wickets from her 3 overs. Christina Goff as well, the captain, 2 overs, going for 11 runs. And from Mayer there, 1 over for 6 runs. And, well, a lot of positives for Germany in their opening game, as we just see the sides head to 10. And I think Germany are going to just meet there and just huddle around and have a little sit down. Very comprehensive victory for Scotland. And they face Netherlands next, and the challenge is a very different game indeed.
Yeah, that's why we spoke about Scotland staying at their level and really keeping their standards high. So I'm interested to see how they go about this later on. The Dutch team will definitely have game plans as well, and qualifying in this tournament is the most important thing to both teams.
Well, we will be back here, live coverage of Scotland versus the Netherlands. And that will be streamed as well as all the games in this Europe 2019 Women's Qualifiers. They'll be all streamed live of commentary from Kira and myself. You can be catching all the games. Each side has a double header. The 3 days of action in La Manga. Beautiful conditions, a beautiful place to watch cricket. I hope you've enjoyed the coverage of this game today and this morning. We'll be back at, I believe, 3:30 our time. So if you're watching in the UK, that'll be 2:30 UK time, and the Netherlands as well. It'll be 3:30. And we'll be back for live coverage. But we're going to leave you now. Scotland secure comprehensive victory over Germany as they played their first ever T20 international match. A match played with fantastic spirits from both sides. Encouraging sides from a new side into women's international cricket. But Scotland grabbed their first victory of the tournament and will maybe possibly look to grab the second as they face the Netherlands later this afternoon. We'll be back with live coverage for that. But for now, goodbye.